Good evening and thanks for joining us. We are watching some political maneuvering going on in Ottawa right now that could, depending on how things unfold, trigger a federal election this fall. A showdown is looming over a push by the Conservatives to put the spotlight back on the Trudeau government's connections to the We charity and what the Conservatives claim is a misuse of tax dollars. The Tories want a special committee formed, which they would control. The Liberals accuse them of playing political games and are calling their bluff by making it a confidence vote.
The opposition parties have a choice. Do they want to make Parliament work and work for Canadians, or do they want to vote non-confidence and trigger election? The choice, Mr. Speaker, is theirs.
Now, no party says they actually want an election, or at least they don't want to be the one that triggers it. David Akin is watching all this. David, help us dissect what's happening.
Well, Donna, this has got to be the most Canadian of parliamentary spats. It's a process-heavy dispute over the establishment of a parliamentary committee, and yet Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says he is ready to plunge the country into an election unless at least one of the opposition parties drops the idea of creating this committee.
We hope that opposition parties will decide that they want to make Parliament continue to work for Canadians and not side with the Conservatives who've decided that they no longer have confidence in this government.
Conservatives say the government is overreacting and that while they do not want an election, they do want to fulfill their parliamentary function of holding the government to account over the We charity matter.
We are going to study and fight the coronavirus, but we're also going to study at committee the Liberal corruption virus.
There are some discussions among the parties to find a compromise, but it may come down to the NDP to avoid bringing the government down. Jagmeet Singh says he cannot conceive of an election being fought in a pandemic over the composition of a parliamentary committee.
That is outrageous and it is absurd.
And he criticized Trudeau for putting politics above those he was elected to serve.
There are a lot of Canadians that are feeling a lot of pain right now and are worried about more pain to come.
David, the last federal election, you'll remember, was a year ago. Could we really be on the cusp of another one?
Well, it's possible. It would certainly be the first one ever sparked over the formation of a committee. In any event, we will find out how it all plays out when the issue comes to a vote shortly after 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow afternoon. Donna?
All right, stand by. David Akin in Ottawa, thank you.